Hey everybody, welcome back. When we last left off, we had finished all of the remaining hunts that the game had to offer. And now we're going to go to the Otherworldly prison in the Underwhere, fight the bosses there, who give us the best weapons for each of the party members. But before we do that, we're going to head back to Cumulo Keep, take advantage of our 50% off gift card, and buy some more items to help us out. At this point, we have a ton of money, so I'd like to blow some of it. We don't really have anything left in the game to spend it on but this. A couple of these, another few of these. Why not? Okay. I guess we've sold off all of our old equipment already. That's fine. Some of these bosses we're about to fight do give us some good money too, so we'll be able to buy more of what we need. Let's buy a couple of pick-me-ups for good measure. But hey, I suppose before we should do that, I should show you guys something that we unlocked a long time ago and we just never did. The Star Road, from all of those star flowers that we found in secret locations. Some ominous messages here. There's not a lot here other than some hard-hitting enemies. As far as normal enemies go, you know, non-boss fights, non-one-time encounter type stuff, the Star Road has the highest level, highest ranking enemies that there are. We'll fight a few of them just to get some experience. But if you're looking for some endgame grinding, this is the place to do it. You know what? Maybe we don't need to fight these guys right now. Maybe we'll just give the enemies a shot down in the Underwhere. Yeah, we'll put in Koopa. Can never go wrong with Koopa. But you just follow this winding path all the way to the end. And who do we meet here? But Geno! Hooray for cameos. Super Mario RPG, man. You gotta put Geno in here somewhere. I'm not gonna read this dialogue for you, but it's a bit hokey, I will admit. It's one of those stereotypical Mario feel-good moments about, you know, you guys can be the hope of everybody everywhere. Everybody's wishing for your success. Good luck. Know that the whole world is pulling for you. That sort of thing. Maybe this is just the old man in me talking, but I like a good, feel-good moment like that. You guys remember the end of Paper Mario, the Thousand-Year Door? How you assemble all of the crystals, and then, you know, the crystals fly to the different towns and areas and the people that you've helped over the game, and they all cheer you on, and you can hear their voices cheering from the battlefield, and that's what finally breaks through the final boss's power and lets you win. I'm a sucker for moments like that. I like them. Alright, Got the star amulet. Now we can leave. The star amulet is basically the quartz charm of this game. It boosts all of your stats in battle. We will make another quick pit stop. Now that we have all of the frog coins, we'll go sell out the frog coin shop. I guess he's over here. Alright, I'll just show you what we got real quick. So, early on in the game, we bought the Thunderball, which grants immunity to thunder. We've got one for ice and one for fire as well, the tiny glacier and the blue candle. There's the spiked shell. This is the jump shoes, essentially, from the original game. So enemies that are normally immune to shell will not be immune to it if you have this equipped. There's the big bouquet, cuts your FP use in half during battle. And then there's the winged boots, boosts your speed by 30. Alright. Now that we've got all that taken care of, let's go fight some enemies. The sewers also has a shortcut to the Calamari Desert outpost, but I find traversing the sewers to be more difficult than just walking through the desert, because I have the path memorized. Alright, who should we do first? Actually, why don't we do door number 3. Give that to black for now. Hello, Ganon. Now each of these 6 doors, has a different boss from a different Super Nintendo game. I like it when games like this, ROM hacks, have cameos from other games, but you kind of have to do it right. You don't want it to be too, how should I say it? You don't want them to take too much of the center stage, otherwise they take away from the game itself. You know, if I had a bunch of Zelda characters running around, like Ganon and, you know, Princess Zelda, whoever else, you'd start thinking, I thought I was playing a Mario game, not a Ganon, or not a Zelda game. So I created this level as a way to have these cameos in here, and to also offer fun boss fights without it being too overwhelming. It's an optional area, you can easily get through the game without even seeing it. We're coming to this at the end of the game, with most of the best equipment already, so this shouldn't be too overwhelmingly difficult. It'll still be challenging in a few parts, but we can get through it. This is one of those things that you actually have access to fairly early on in the game, you know, maybe halfway through the game. So those of you who like a challenge, you might be able to take this on at a fairly low level. That's a new one. What's going on here? Oh. I don't know why it glitched out right there. You weren't supposed to see that. But Ganon is invincible while these orbs are around. But you can get rid of them. You're supposed to use fire on them. This is an allusion to the Ganon boss fight in A Link to the Past, where he would turn invisible and the only way to beat him was to use fire on torches in the room. That would make him visible and vulnerable again. And besides, don't you think it's kind of funny that your first fire attack, your low-level attack all fire attack, is a Link attack, and you use it against Ganon? It's like poetry, guys. Oh, that does a lot. And that attack that he uses, that's a scarecrow attack. It turns all of your allies into scarecrows, assuming they're not immune to it. It's supposed to be an homage to, again, A Link to the Past, where when you went into the Dark World, where Ganon lives, you get turned into something. Like, I think Link was turned into a rabbit. But the lore in that game is that anybody who went into the Dark World was transformed into a different creature, unless they had this item called the Moon Pearl. So, just kind of a reference to that he transformed you into a scarecrow. Alright, not too bad. Ganon is one of the easier fights in this Gang of 6 here. The Trident. Is Green's best weapon. Alright, a brief break to restock and buy some stuff. I guess I didn't need to save here. We're going to save anyway when we get back to the Underwhere. Let's see. Mhm. We'll try out door number 1, I guess. It's Magus from Chrono Trigger. His attack pattern follows a similar pattern to what he does in Chrono Trigger, where he attacks you with an element, and if you attack him with anything but that element, he heals and then attacks you again. So he used Big Bang, which is a fire attack, so we're going to use fire attacks on him. He does change his element every 2 turns. So if you end up stuck in this battle without one of the elements, then you just kind of have to wait for him to cycle it out. Unless he just keeps using fire. But thankfully, Red has both fire and ice attacks. The only thing he's missing is lightning. But it's possible you end up stuck in this battle without a lightning user. But that's why we took Koopa. He specializes in magic, and he has an attack for all 3 elements. Well, all 3 if you don't include Shell, but he's not... Magus is not weak to Shell at any point. Wow, he really likes fire today. Okay, we've knocked down half of his health, so now he's in phase 2, where we can use any attack against him, and he won't heal, he won't counter or anything. But now, first he'll use that poison attack, which you saw, and then his next turn he'll use Meteor Swarm, and he'll just keep alternating like that until you beat him. Unfortunately, he is still immune to Shell. Nice. Alright, that's 2 down. Raven armor. I mean, there are 6 doors and 5 characters. So each door gets you one piece of equipment, one weapon for each ally, and then the Raven Armor, which nullifies elemental damage, so it's pretty good. We'll give that to Red, a little extra protection for him, and we'll go get another few things. Get some more royal syrups. Alright, got a full house. Take a quick nap. Alright, let's see what's behind door number 2. Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I guess we'll do... No, I guess we can keep the Star Amulet on. This boss in door number 2 uses a lot of fear attacks. Red and yellow both have things that make them immune to fear. Oh nice, I guess you can just miss everybody. But Koopa doesn't. However, he does have the Star Amulet, which doubles your stats in battle. So he'll come out even, I guess, between the fear and having that equipped. Koopa, man. Koopa just destroys everything. Oh, the Mother Brain. Everybody's favorite Metroid villain. Okay, so now that we've gotten her down to half health, she has this attack pattern where she counts down. On 3, she'll use the fear attack on everybody. On 2, she uses Meteor Blast. On 1, I believe she uses multiple physical attacks in one turn. And then on 0, she'll use Shredder, and then Meteor Swarm in the same turn. And then she repeats that pattern, starting back from 3. There we go. Cool. We get the Hyper Beam for our troubles. That's Black's best weapon. Go recover our FP. Door number 4. And a Chocobo. The closest thing to a mascot the Final Fantasy series has. So of course, if anything from a Final Fantasy game was going to make it in here, it would be one of these. Alright, we've gotten him down to half health, so now he enters Rage mode. For those of you who have played Final Fantasy XII, you might be familiar, there's a Chocobo enemy in that game that once he gets to a certain point, he just starts using physical attacks, one right after another, with very little break in between, and they're very strong. And unless you come out the gate with something that can negate that, he's gonna kill you pretty quick. So that's what I was trying to recreate here, is this very angry Chocobo who attacks multiple times on its turn, and in between. But it did use Shredder on us, which means it negated some of our stat boosts. However, since Cooper died and came back to life, he gets his stat boosts again. Leave the poor guy alone. Always a good time. Nice. Alright, there's 4 down. Fat Chocobo. Yellow's best move. Best physical attack. Alright, door number 5. King Dedede. Everybody's favorite Kirby villain. / hero. Really depends on the game. Well, hammers are his specialty. I guess Sledge is basically a giant hammer. if you haven't guessed by now, each one of the enemies behind these 6 doors, they have a gimmick that gets activated once they're at half health. So King Dedede's gimmick is he borrows from Bowyer from the original game, where he periodically disables various commands. So he disabled the item command temporarily. That's why he doesn't hit as hard as the other ones. His attacks don't do as much damage, because you might find yourself in a situation where you can't heal because your items are disabled, or your specials are disabled. I wanted to make sure you had at least a slight amount more of breathing room. And it wasn't just, okay, he disabled your specials, that means you lose. Items are disabled. We want to make sure we have enough FP left that Yellow can use Group Hug when the time comes. Nice. Alright, level 25. So like I said before, that means we've reached mostly our peak. This is the last level up each character will get that gives them pretty substantial stats. Each level up from here on out will only give them 2 to each stat, plus whatever bonus they choose. The King Hammer. Red's best weapon. Alright, last but not least. Our final game represented here in the 6 doors. Earthbound, the Monani statue. You might remember the final boss. Final boss of that game, he uses several attacks where the description says, "You can't comprehend this attack." Or "You can't comprehend the true form of this attack," whatever it says. So, again, paying homage to that. The Monani statue is actually earlier on in this game too, as the thing that hypnotizes Booster, makes him act a little weird, but it's just a very brief appearance, and you don't see the statue after that. even that I was considering might be too much of a reference to this game. Again, like I was saying, I don't want to make the cameo appearances from other games be too overbearing. Fun fact, did you know that those attacks that Smithy uses when he has the treasure chest head, those different wave attacks that do things like turn you into scarecrows, poison you, etc. For whatever reason, the one that turns you into a scarecrow is the only one programmed to do any actual damage. I don't know why they did it that way, but that's how it is. The enemies you fight in here, the 6 doors, are references to different games, and the weapons that they give you are also weapons to those same games. So I suppose I should show you what at least some of these items look like. I showed you the fat Chocobo. This guy's not playing around. I was gonna show you the King Hammer. I guess I'll have to wait until Red's back to life. Even at the highest of levels, these guys can still surprise you every once in a while. It's a shame he was under fear status right then, because that probably would have done a lot. Well, either way, we win. Alright, that's all 6 doors down. Oh, I keep getting stuck there. But look at that. Alright, now we have the ultimate weapons for everybody. Here's Cooper's magic fry pan. Okay, now that we've beaten everybody in here, we have the option of fighting the Underkeeper himself. But I recommend that to be the last thing that you do in the game. But for now, we'll take inventory. Yeah, let's go pick up a couple things. Yeah. we'll heal up. Get a few of these. Come in handy. That's probably enough for now. If we need more, we can always come back. Alright, we don't have much left to do. There's the Underkeeper, which I said would be the last thing that we did. And besides that, the only thing left are the optional fights in Glitzville. But we'll take a look at that next time. We'll go ahead and stop here for now. We'll pick things up again right here. We'll show you how to beat those enemies in the Glitz Pit, the toughest foes the game has to offer. But until then, thanks for watching. See you next time.